You're listening to the Hunt Stealth Podcast with Ryan Uffens, the podcast where we dive headfirst into the wild. Whether you're an aspiring hunter or an adventurer seeking the untamed, together we'll explore the strategies and stories that lead to success in the great outdoors.
Good news, Tom Land. This guy's a stud, but
that's some beautiful country out there, man.
yeah,
I didn't realize driving through.
Yeah, I worked on his bow. He was telling me, so I guess he's got two bad knees, and Rogan got him hooked up with that place in Mexico to go get stem cell. He said he went down there. He's like, dude,
Game changer.
he's like, my knee. He's like, I feel like I'm in my 20s again.
You're kidding.
Yeah, but
That should be legal too.
so his boys, he's got two boys that help run the ranch with him, and one of his boys, I think Austin, married Taylor Drury.
She lives here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they live in South Weber.
Get out of here.
They're next door neighbors with my brother.
She,
actually,
like, came up on my Explore page, and I'm like, Dury. Why do I know that name? Used to watch the Dury.
Yeah,
The Dury Outdoors.
Yep.
And I was like, started digging through some. I'm like, wait a second, that's Mark and Terry's.
Yeah.
Nephew, niece, and daughter, or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
I'm like, get out of here.
So yeah, her dad's one of the original Juries. She married one of Tom's boys.
I gotcha.
So my brother lives in South Weber, and they're literally across street neighbors from him.
Man.
Anyway, small world, but
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, back to it then.
All right,
Round two.
Let's do it. I'm
Round
ready
two.
to knock this out. Let's talk some shop, man.
So, hey guys, we're down here at Wild Arrow today. We just, you've probably, if you're listening to this now, you've probably already listened to Jeremiah and I rant on a little bit about some other stuff.
A little bit of everything on that one.
We've got Cody Griffin with us, and Cody Griffin is with Easton.
Yes.
And
What's your official title there?
So my corporate
Hype
title
guy?
is I wish promotions
killing
manager.
Yeah.
Promotions manager.
All right.
so what does that job entail?
Dude, so first off, I've got the funnest job at Easton. I will declare that. And I knew coming in it would be the funnest job. But I do wear a couple hats. And like one of them is managing the Target Pro staff. That's one of my favorite parts of it, is I want to see those guys excel at the highest level they can.
Yeah.
That's kind of my not be a coach or anything like that or a mentor, but like a golf caddy.
Yeah.
Like,
tell them what club to use, huh?
Yeah. Tell them, like, hey, this is where you need to be at. This is what we need to do. And motivate them if they need it. Like, there's a couple of shooters, if they're going through like a rough phase, I'll call them up like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Just kind of, and then like, man, you're the best in the world. If you wouldn't be on my staff.
Right.
Kind of thing. And they're
That's
like,
cool.
they get them amped up.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things. The other, I help out on the social media side. Thankfully, there's a couple people that help out on that because that's a pretty big page, a lot of DMs, a lot of, people tagging our accounts and stuff like that, invited collabs. I help out with the content side, organizing that. What else do we do? Help out with some of the video stuff that you might see on YouTube. One of the guys that helps out on that. And
Jump in on podcasts at the last minute.
Yeah, be late for a podcast. That's my goal. And then what else do we got going on in there, man? I help out with events and stuff like that. We got a killer team in there. Kimberly, she's our customer service manager. She started like tackling events and like really taking that on and just kind of helping me assist or letting me assist her in that. But that's the other thing. Events are huge. So if you don't nail an event down, it looks bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we met.
Yes.
I got introduced to you. Yeah, what I think it was Black Flag. Harbison's had
I'm
introduced.
actually drinking some revenge in there.
Yeah.
Pink lemonade, sparkling water.
Hey, I tried that for the first time the other day. It was good.
Yeah.
I don't drink a lot of that stuff, but
But when you do, it's Black Flag Revenge.
it got me going. I came into the shop the other day. I woke up at like 1 a.m. Couldn't go back to bed till like 3. I rolled into the shop and I'm like, I am not feeling it
I need
today.
to bring you some crazy stuff I got at the house.
Dude, because I don't
crazy
drink
powder.
that very often. I took
Yeah.
that revenge and I got a lot of stuff done that day.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah,
So,
I like it.
It was good.
It's a nice little caffeinated beverage. And funny thing is, Jordan used to work with Easton in a way.
Yeah.
At Incentives West and stuff.
Yeah.
I used to do some
Well,
marketing.
I think he started working at Easton.
Yeah.
I
And-
think it was. I know Gary was his boss, so my boss was Jordan's boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small world.
He's been at it for a while. Those
Gary's
guys
been
are
at it for
those
a
guys.
They're okay at marketing, I guess.
Yeah, we've been
you know a
Gary's
thing or two,
strong, man.
yeah.
30 plus years at Easton.
Really?
Dude, Gary's a killer, man. People don't realize like that guy's killed 2 moose. He's killed sheep. Like Gary's a hunter. He's a
Dang.
big time hunter. Yeah. He don't like to brag, but I'll brag on him, man.
Yeah.
I'll brag for him.
So, well, let me ask you this: like, what led you? Because you're not. I can tell you have a little bit of an accent that's different from the rest of those here in Utah.
What, our Utah accent don't work?
Yeah. Well, like Mountain
Yeah.
or Layton,
Yeah.
we have that, but yeah. So where'd you grow up, and what kind of like brought you to Utah and ultimately to Easton?
Dude, I grew up on the coast of North Carolina, just in a little town called Richlands. So coastal North Carolina, born and raised there, lived there for 28 years and ventured out, did some traveling and stuff like that. But ultimately what got me here is my now wife, it was at the time she was my girlfriend, but my wife April now, she had shot me a link. It was a LinkedIn post about the position being here at Easton. She goes, I think you really like it. At the time I was working at the pro shop side of things. I was working retail. And I owe, man, just about everything I've got, to those guys at Extreme Outfitters. And you want to talk about a powerhouse shop, man, they're like the Wild Arrow of North Carolina. I mean, they get it done. And it's cool to see the differences in between here, where we're at now at Wild Arrow and Extreme, just from like East Coast and West Coast hunting. But the one thing that's constant is the customer service. And I think that's what separates an archer shop from a pro shop, is the customer service, the knowledge, and the time and dedication they spend behind the equipment to make sure it's right and proper, So that's really cool to see. But
yeah, we had talked, Jay and I talked a little bit about that. There's been a complaint or two online about people getting flustered, like having to wait. But it's like, if you will just wait, man, like these guys give you like
you can't
as
rush
much time as you need
you
to
can't
make
rush
the
perfection,
decision.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. It might take me a while to get to you, but boy, when we do, we're going to get it done just
Don't
right.
worry, Scooter, it's coming.
That's what I tell people. Like I was in here, I can't remember. It was last week sometime. I had been like MIA since I separated my shoulder because I hadn't been shooting or anything. And then I got back to shooting. I'm like, okay, I got to get back in here. There's one guy here. I'm like, dude, it's worth the wait. Like,
yeah.
Like just, he's like, all right.
There you go.
Like, cool.
I'd say
I couldn't help him.
99% of our customers are pretty understanding. They know.
Oh, yeah.
And it's guys that have never been here before. I do feel bad because they walk in and they see this organized chaos going on and they're like, I don't know. And then they don't get that good. But man, if we can, once we get to that guy, they're like, okay, that was worth it.
And again, it's few and far between that people complain.
For sure. Yeah.
Yep. And it's hard to find good help, and you got good help here. And at Extreme, same way, we had good help,
Well, and I was telling him earlier, I'm like, this time of year, I wish I had 10 guys working.
Yeah.
Right? Like yesterday, I legit could have had 10 employees working because we were that busy.
Mm.
But two things happened. One, trying to get a guy trained to our level, it
takes
a lot
years.
of time.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
And then two, come October, I want to fire everybody.
Yeah.
Because there's literally days in October where I won't have a single customer come through the door, right? So
that's the difference between East and West, I think. So like we're not as busy. Like you guys move so much volume. Like I was mind blown, like just looking, and then you go out back and you see all the bow boxers. I'm like, whoa! Like we were a really good account. We were when I was at Extreme, they were doing six figure dealers for like PSC. Running up on six figures with Hoyt Matthews and stuff like that. And when I was hearing what you guys were doing, I was like, holy crap, there is another level of this deal. And but I feel like we were probably a little bit more consistent on the we just had a little bit more consistent traffic flow is all it was. Year round.
Well, I think the fact that you guys can hunt hogs year round, stuff like that, right? Like our bow season comes and goes type of deal. So yeah, we see peaks and valleys in our business for sure.
Yep.
Like
I tell you what I am excited to do. I did a podcast with Nathan Cox. He's a warden out in North Carolina.
Okay.
And he's like, come black bear hunting with us next year.
Dude, I'm going to tell you what, we keep that a secret. Don't tell nobody. North Carolina's got some of the best black bear in the world.
Really?
Well, the past couple like world,
5, 7, 8, 900 pound black bear.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go back and yeah, that's what Nathan was saying. He's like, there's a reason like Jim Shockey and these guys come to North Carolina to hunt black bear.
Don Trump Jr. comes out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huge.
I didn't know about
I got a buddy of mine that's a guide out there at Deer to Hide, and dude, so this man Andrew is 6 foot, like 7, 8, maybe 9, huge.
So like me.
Some of these bears are, yeah, like me, and some of these bears just, you're like, man, it makes Andrew look small, and he's a big boy. Like he's just tall and lanky.
I think the record was out of there. I feel like he said it was like 900 pounds or like 880 pounds or something. And it's like why do they get so big out there?
Dude, they feed them, man. Like they get fed. Like you want to talk about Golden Corral? That's where Golden Corral is at.
Those bears even have to hibernate there.
Man,
they're out
so
year
big,
round.
they drag their bellies and they scar up their bellies.
Really?
Yes. Like it's a lot of pumpkins, sweet potatoes. Yeah, we're not.
Wait, so who feeds them? Like, do they just go into people's like?
They just have piles of them sitting out there, bro. It's not illegal. Like you can dump as long as I don't believe you can feed them as long as it's not in season. But we're talking dump trucks of sweet potatoes. We're not talking a 50-pound sack. We're talking literal dump trucks driving in, dropping sweet potatoes, and they will sit on that pile and gorge until they can't.
Until they will go to walk off and their bellies drag.
They'll roll over. I mean, it's. But yeah,
holy shit!
Like black bear hunting there is a little bit different. I actually got ran up a tree. Like I got pretty petrified one time hunting. It was whitetail season, and I had seen a cub that was underneath the tree, and I'd already let my bow down. Like I was getting down from the climber, shimmying down, and I heard something. I saw a cub, and I said, "Oh my gosh!" And I just I'm trying to like pull my bow because it's attached to the climber, the string tethered down to it. And Mama Bear didn't even. It's grace of God, Mama Bear didn't see me or anything like that, but I was frozen for quite a bit. And let me tell you something, Jack. Pat and Charlie were moving whenever I got on the ground. I was running to the truck.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get out there. That'll be a lot of fun.
I love it.
But yeah. So tell me, look, what's going on in Easton right now?
Oh man, there's so much. We got a lot of good stuff going on, man. When I got there, we were still celebrating 100 plus years. Started in 1923, 1922, I believe.
22.
22?
Yep. Yeah. 2022, 100 year.
Yep, 2022 was 100 years. So still kicking off that, which is awesome. Got some new products launched into the market that, we had, I'd say, a hole in our lineup we didn't really realize that we had until we launched it, and then it went berserk, and that's the 5.0, the new Easton 5.0. And that arrow's doing well, and it's cool to see. It's cool to see a product get made, and it helps bring customers in a bow shop more.
For sure,
brings attention, to the pro shop. And with Easton being dealer direct only, you can't go to our website and buy these arrows. You have to go to a dealer. So that's one thing that's cool about Easton too. And I don't disrespect any business models where there's D2C business models. There's some business models that are going to fit and work and do all that stuff. But it's cool to have that connection, with the pro shops and the guys behind the counter. And ultimately, they help pay my bills at the end of the day. That's how I see it. So that's what I'm thankful for.
Yeah. Yeah, that 5.0's crushed it for us this year.
5.0's been killing it.
I think I even underestimated how popular it was going to be. I should have ordered a lot more. I'm calling Easton once a week going, when can I get more of
Tiffany.
these? Exactly. Yeah. I've been calling in a lot of favors this year, but guys are loving them, man. Yeah, That's been a popular arrow this year.
Yeah, and we got a little bit of innovation. There's some things that we can do that other arrow manufacturers haven't done yet, like an FMJ. So that's a carbon cord arrow with an aluminum jacket over it. And funny story, Gary Cornum created one of the first prototypes, not by accident, but like by just playing around.
Really?
And I can't remember what model, but basically he glued a carbon 1 or something like that, or he glued a carbon arrow inside of a 2216 or 2315 or something like that, and said, man, this would be cool, and brought it to the president. The president was like, heavy arrows are out. They're not in the market, yada, yada, yada. And then years later, and this is in the late 90s, years later, engineering's like, it'd be cool to have an aluminum jacket over a carbon core. Gary's like, I got one.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Dang.
So Gary was kind of like a pioneer. I call him the early pioneer, early adapter of the FMJ, and that's his baby, man. Like he helped launch that arrow, the FMJ family arrows, like from the initial launch, the first FMJ, I should say, and the first Axis. And the Axis arguably has been the industry standard,
for 5 carbons.
For one of the first smaller diameter, arrows ever made. It was the first like true micro diameter shaft. And for 20 plus years, that arrow, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it, but we've never lost sales in it. It's only increased sales.
Yeah.
It's been one of our number one premium selling arrows for 2 decades or more.
That's awesome.
So.
Yeah, I've been shooting Axis.
Yep.
I love that arrow. You know, I was telling you, like, and I was talking to Jay, I've been shooting like the RIP TKO.
Mm-hmm. Another good arrow, man. I can't knock them. Competition's healthy.
Yeah, I know, but I prefer even my Axis over that. I feel like I don't know what it is, and maybe it's just I haven't shot it because, like I said, when I went in and started getting dialed in. But yeah, I'm excited to get these new 5.0s, and Jackson picked them up, and he's been shooting them, and he really likes those.
Yeah, it's a fast, zippy little arrow, and it's made right here in Salt Lake City, man. It's that's your neighborhood company right there. Neighborhood arrow, yeah.
So for a guy that's like new to hunting, like how much does the arrow matter?
That's a really tough question because it's when you're getting, I would say don't get match grade. If you're just getting into it, you're going to lose some and break some. We make an arrow called a 6.5 bow hunter or a 6.5 hunter, and it's a standard diameter arrow. And the nice thing is they're price friendly, you know? So and now if you're the type of guy, I got some buddies back in North Carolina, dude, when they get into something, you can't talk them at a premium. They want the best of the best. They're going to spend $20-$25 an arrow. But with the 6.5 coming in, you know, at a third of the cost of that, you know, I look at it like this. Archery is an investment. You don't go and dump $12,000 in an ETF right away. You slowly build that thing up.
Right.
That's what I try to do. And I think it's smart on pro shops to do that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jeremiah. I want to get someone that's a new customer. I would tell them to come in. Hey, let's get, like if it's a Hoyt bow, man, check out this Torax. You know, if you want to step it up a little bit, check out that, you know, that AX2 29 or 30, you know, 32, whatever it might be. And then I'm getting them on some, you know, more affordable arrows because they're going to lose them and break them.
Yep.
But that's the 6.5 or the Sonic, man. Like that's a really good arrow for someone to just step into and get their feet wet with. And then as you progress and you really love this stuff, when you get into it like you are, you know, then you're going to get into more of the Axis, the 5.0. And
we're on the same page that way. I tell guys all the time, like, hell, when I was new to it, I probably have $300 worth of arrows in my grandpa's field I've never found, right? Like,
but
I just lost and broke a lot of arrows.
200 years from now,
yeah,
they're going to find
they are going to find
in North Carolina. Like, what did they do here?
So, yeah, we're on the same page. I tell guys all the time, I'm like, if you're new to it, man, you don't need to buy premium arrows right now because the guy behind the bow is still more important than there's a balancing point there, 100%. Right? But yeah, and I love the new arrow. The 5.0 is awesome, but every time I break one, I feel like I took $20 on my wallet, tear it in half, throw it away.
Oh yeah.
But now I'm like, and through the years as I've progressed as an archer, like I'm not happy with just hitting a pie plate at 60. I want to group some arrows at 60, and that's where I tell guys that's where you want to jump up and buy a premium arrow. For sure. If you're kind of new and you're still, you know, missing the target every now and then, or that kind of like, you don't need to buy that high end premium arrow. You're not there yet. But you'll get there eventually.
Eventually,
100%. Save some money, and I'd rather sell a guy 2 dozen of the 6.5s versus 1 dozen of the other ones. Right?
I'd rather invest in a coaching. You know, spend that money into getting good behind the bow.
You know what's so funny about that?
The mental side
for
of
the 20 years I've been doing this, of how few guys want good coaching. Every day.
If you want to be good at something, look at a professional athlete.
Yeah.
They've had a coach or a mentor in their ear their entire career.
Yeah.
You know, and if you want to excel, like I'm a big Joel Turner fan.
Yeah.
Shout out Shot IQ. Joel's got the mental game. He understands it on a scientific level.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of people out there that'll say, you know, he took some stuff from Lenny Basham and stuff. Lenny Basham was talking about shooting firearms. People don't want to bring that up though. Yeah. And all credit, like winning with winning in mind, people need to read that book too. You know, I think there's a lot of correlation with having a positive mindset while shooting a bow. You don't want to go out there, dude. I've been to tournaments, man. Bud, we ain't hitting 12 rings a day.
Yeah.
We're just aiming for foam and rubber and hoping we hit there, and that don't go well. And then when you start to change that mindset, but you know, I think there's a lot of good books out there. Go to your local pro shop. You probably got a cool JOAD program like these guys do here.
Yeah, we got some phenomenal coaches here, but it's very interesting. Like I had a guy come in yesterday. He said he shot tack, and he's like, "Dude, I got bad target panic." He's like, "I can't." He literally told me he couldn't get the pin to the foam before he wanted to punch it. Right,
Yeah.
And what was interesting, came in and wanted to buy a brand new like $300 release aid, and I'm like, "Bud, like going to work with a coach is going to fix and cure you better
100%.
than spending money on something
100%.
a new release aid, right?"
Yeah.
And so, but there's a lot of guys that just have a weird mentality that way, and
It's
get a good coach.
Well, so speaking from experience, coming in to guys like you, yes, you're very good. But I remember the first, when I got my bow, I went back there and I didn't have anything dialed in, but they're like, hey, let's go back, just fire one off. And that arrow hit down on the metal plate and shattered. And I was like, embarrassed. It was embarrassing. I think sometimes for guys that are new, it can be a little intimidating to go out.
For sure.
Like I told you, I go out, I went down, shot, it wasn't tack, but we went down to this range and we were shooting and they're like, hey, no pressure, but if you want to shoot at this 116 yard shot, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll send it. Yeah. First one, I plugged into the dirt. I had my bow sighted at 20. I was guessing where 116 was. I'm like, made an adjustment and like plugged it. Yeah. And then I go up there with you guys, you know, was it last week?
Last week.
I think it was last week. And dude, I was like, freaking Redbeard shows up and I'm like, oh, man, dude, I was just, but then I'm like, oh, wait, I forget. I'm like, yeah, these guys are normal. Like, but you guys were so good to like everyone. Like,
I was gonna say, we had you dialed to 50 pretty quick.
Yeah.
And you were shooting great groups that night.
It started to come around after I was like, but it is like you get around. I mean, you get around guys, you start shooting. Like it can be intimidating to ask for help. I mean, guys all the time want to be, oh, I taught myself how to do that. You know, learned myself.
I'll tell you what, man. There's nothing wrong with being humble in this sport. The people that are the most successful are some of the most humble people. I mean,
if you can't deal with being humbled, don't start archery
at all. Egos get dropped left at the door, buddy. At the target, that's where they fall. Yep.
I tell guys all the time, like, I've been doing this for 20 years, but if I see someone else or a different shop doing something, I'll adapt to that. No problem.
100%.
Like, it's always learning, you know.
If you're green, you're growing, you're ripe, you're rotten, man.
Yeah.
Rick Rock said that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I think a lot of guys just, I call it the buddy system, or like I'll have guys come in that, you know, maybe their form's not right. They're not shooting good. I go, where'd you learn how to shoot? They're like, well, my dad. I'm like, well, where'd your dad learn to shoot? He's like, my grandpa. Says, well, you got 3 generations of guys that are doing it wrong, right? And so
we even how the technology's changed, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it changes the way that you're going to shoot.
Yeah, I think the way that we set up bows and fit guys into bows now too. Like I remember back in the day when I first got in the sport, I had an old Cobra release, and that thing felt like a mile long. And back then, and some guys still do this, they'll draw an anchor with their thumb like clear behind their neck.
Oh yeah,
the release is too long, right? And so, like through the years, like how we kind of set up and fit guys into bows and teach them the right anchor points and get a bow to fit to them perfectly. I tell guys that's the most important thing in archery.
Yep.
I tell guys all the time, I could sell you the very best equipment I have in this building, but if I don't fit it to you the right way, you're never going to learn how to shoot it perfect, right? And so we call it building the foundation or building the base for guys, especially like you're getting into it. It's like, we're going to help you build that foundation and base. Like the bow's going to fit you the right way. Anchor position is going to be solid. The bow's going to be tuned properly. We see a lot of guys come in where their bow wasn't even tuned the right way to begin with.
Yeah. And
so we want to build that foundation for you. And then the more you want help, whether it's, back here in the range or doing lessons or going out to, we're more than willing to help guys, but a lot of guys just want to come in, we set them up, and then they just leave and want to go shoot their bow, which is totally fine. As long as you're happy, I tell guys, as long as you're happy with the result from A to B, keep doing it your way. There's different ways to slice that pie, but if you're not happy with the end result, you're not happy with your shooting, then that's where a good coach and a good bow tech on top of that can really make all the difference for you. So
indeed, it can make it a pleasurable experience or excruciating, one or the other,
for sure.
Well, and like I didn't even know, like you had talked about like the whole like the 80, 85.
Oh, the let off.
The let off.
Yeah.
So I went back and I shot your bow, and I was like, it didn't feel weird to me, but I liked it.
Yeah.
And so when we were up there, like Dallin jumped in, and I was like, hey, how hard is it to switch my let off to 80? And he's like, there you go.
2 seconds later. Yeah.
I'm like, but that's the thing too, is it's like, it can be intimidating to ask for help, because it's like, I've been shooting a bow for 5 years. I've been hunting, haven't killed anything for 5 years. This is my 5th year.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to figure things out. Like there are guys that like Redbeard. The dude is like a tech junkie. Yeah. Like he knows everything. And like you guys, but you guys are just like, I want to help you have fun, enjoy what you're doing. So I guess my advice to someone is like, just humble yourself and go into a pro shop, ask for help.
Yep. So, good advice.
Indeed. That's the move, man. Yeah. And like I said, the longer you got to stay around the campfire too. If you want to stay in the sport, you got to create a campfire, and that's what these guys have done here.
Yeah.
Create a place where people are welcome and
I
want to come hang out.
I did. I saw this thing. There was a meme somebody posted. It's like, hey, like, what's the age where like all the boys get to go like meet at the coffee shop, right?
Yeah.
And I'm
We
like,
don't meet at coffee shops.
that's what I'm going. Like, you don't need a coffee shop.
Yeah.
You need a pro shop.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because
the
it's
culture we have here is pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Like that is one of the biggest things that I do love is, guys will come. They don't even need to come in and buy it. They just want to come hang out with the boys, talk shop for a minute, whatever it may be. Like that is one of the coolest things I'd say about the shop is the friendships we've created and the culture we've created here has been pretty awesome. So
my boy would always bust my chops because like I'd be like, hey, I'm heading down to Wild Arrow. He's like, what are you gonna buy? And I'm like, nothing.
Yeah.
He's like, well, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna go down and talk to the guys and just like see what's out. He's like, you not think they get annoyed with that? And I'm like, well, at some point I'm gonna buy something.
That's what we call a dripping customer is what I called it.
really,
Someone that would come in. That's how it was at Extreme, man. We had a couch. We had some coffee on deck for anyone that wanted coffee. Like we had monsters in the cooler anyone wanted to buy. Like it was honestly during COVID, bro. Extreme Outfitters was the place to hang out.
really,
Yeah, it's a place you can get away. You didn't have to wear a mask.
no mask out of
Yeah,
boy. That's what I was.
None of it, man. None of it. Like we were in a.
Cody was at the door checking for masks. You can't come in unless
You
know,
can't come in. And you can't wear that in here.
We had signs up because we stayed open during COVID too. I'm like, hell with it. Someone wants to come shut me down, but I put a sign up that says mask required. But if a guy asked, we'd put it on just for courtesy, right? But I wasn't making the guys wear it. And I remember a guy walked in the door, and he's like, "Are masks required?" I'm like, "They're optional." He's like, "Hell yeah!" and rips it off. Like, he was all excited. And so,
Dude, I remember back. I went into Target, right? And Target was like, you have to wear masks. Well, they had a sign out that says, you can't shop in the store without facial coverings. And so I walk in, my wife, everyone's like covered. And like someone comes up like, sir, you need to have a facial covering. I'm like, oh, I've got a beard. And they were like, kid didn't know how to respond.
Yeah.
Like walked away. I eventually had like a store manager chase me down.
Wear a bandana. At like a Disney place. Me and my wife went to some little Disney store.
Gosh, what a wild time.
My face covering was not sufficient.
Dude, it was conditioning. They were conditioned. Back to the conspiracy. They're conditioning us to see what we're willing to like put up with.
Yeah.
Conformity, man.
Yeah.
Well, how long will they conform?
You know what? It still drives me crazy. To this day, there's still stores I go into where they have the plexiglass at the registers. Like it's still up. I'm like, come on. Like,
dude,
so annoying.
Zion's Bank.
Really?
I went into the one here in Centerville yesterday to deposit some checks, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. It was just one booth, the only one anyone was working at, but they had the plexiglass up, and I'm like, bro, let it go, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's still interesting. I still see a lot of people wearing masks, even driving in their cars alone.
Airplanes where I see them.
Oh, my gosh,
People on airplanes with masks and
my mom's all big on that, and I tell her, hey, if you want to go buy an N95 mask and wear that, by all means. But I said, this cloth crap that you're wearing is not doing you any bit of good,
buddy.
She's all about it. But anyway,
I'll tell you, COVID was probably one of the best things that happened to archery, though.
You're not wrong. I'll tell you that year, I thought my business partner was going to murder me that year because, COVID hit, and I actually ordered heavy. I went really.
We did too. We were like, so that was where we saw it, and we were like, the guy back at Extreme Outfitters, Zach Lasica, you want to talk about a hard-charging guy. He understands business, very, very smart business-wise. But, man, you want to talk about a risk taker, bro? He pulled the plug, son. Yeah. He said, we're burning the bridges.
I did the same thing because I'm like, I was afraid of not getting product at all.
That's what we were afraid, like, we're not going to have it.
There were so many shops that are like, stopped ordering and hit the brakes super hard. And I'm like, nope, full throttle. Yep. And I'll tell you what, when we started getting some of these boxes roll in and some of these invoices coming, my business partner's like, what in the hell
are we doing? Yep.
And then after that year, he's like, good freaking job. Right. Yeah. And so, but yeah, no one knew going into that it could have went completely opposite and been like, oh, hey, that
was a coin flip, buddy.
Yeah, it was for sure. But man, that paid off. And
well, everything outdoors really kind of got a bump. I mean, camping, people were just like wanted to get away from it.
My wife bought a camper.
Yeah.
Like literally during
COVID.
Yeah. Yep. 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
And it's still continuing to grow. You got, you kind of have like masculinity making a comeback. I mean, it's been doing that for a while, but you've got guys like Rogan and Jocko and
Got
Haynes. All
decent
those
voice
guys have been
boxes,
pushing
man.
it. Yeah.
Yep,
For
decent
sure.
voice boxes.
So
That's awesome.
anyway, well, I know you got some clientele
we're
starting to
open now.
roll in, open for business, but just wanted to thank Cody for coming, jumping on. Obviously, Wild Arrow. What's your guys' Instagram handle? Want to make sure people can go follow you.
It's just Wild Arrow Archery, and everyone forgets we spell it with an E, WILDE.
They're extra wild.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of cool. A lot of people, I'll just tell guys this on the podcast that don't know, because to us it's pretty neat. But back in the late 80s, early 90s, there was a guy named D Wild, and I joke around, but I called him the Michael Jordan archery back then. Like, he's won Vegas, like he's one of the best shooters in the world. Well, yeah, I mean, the Wild name that has been awesome. So, and he had a couple of shops up in Idaho, and he actually helped start our shop back in the day. And so, that's how people are like, why do you have an E on the end of it? And so that's why. So guys that haven't been in the sport for a long time don't really know that, but yeah. And then, his boys followed suit. You got Rio now, Rio Wild. He was one of the biggest names in archery. And
Rio's probably one of the most successful like outdoor shooters ever.
Yeah.
There's like him and 3 other people I can name off the top of my list.
So yeah, for guys that are interested in that, our Instagram, go check it out, Wild Arrow Archery, that kind of stuff. But if you want to do a little cool history deep dive on, to go look up D and Rio Wild. That's kind of how we got our origins and got our start there. So
super cool.
Yeah.
Cody, what about you? How can folks find you?
Easton Archery, man. That's the way. That's the place to go.
And then if they want to slide into your personal DMs,
I created a page out of me experimenting with this algorithm stuff, but it's called Beards, Bows, and Barbells.
Okay.
That's where you can find me.
All right. Well, we'll make sure we put links to everything in the show notes. But obviously, big fan of Easton, everything you guys are doing over there. Obviously, a fan of Wild Arrow. Just come hang out down here all the time.
You don't have to come buy something. Just came hang out with the boys.
Yeah.
Man.
Come hang out. Come drink some revenge.
Yeah, we got you hooked up with that. So.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, everyone, hey, appreciate you sticking around with us. Hopefully you've enjoyed the podcast. We are the fastest growing hunting podcast in the nation. Make sure, hit subscribe, give us a follow. It's wherever you listen to podcasts, on YouTube, Hunt Stealth. Go follow Wild Arrow, Easton Archery, all that fun stuff. Stay safe, guys, and God bless.
Peace.